bunch of wild turkeys. What does that mean? Does that mean I'm being a turkey? Or maybe they're escaping. There's more here. Why did the turkey cross the road? To get to the other side? What did I say about the world being magic? It's like a turkey up a tree. They escaped Thanksgiving. They're so happy. They're giving thanks for their life by walking across the road. They're doing a dance for me. They obviously didn't have their wings clipped. These are some healthy looking turkeys. Don't you dare cross the road again. There's a car coming. You stay over here. Hey. You're gonna get yourself killed. Hello. I haven't been talking to myself that much on video lately because I've been too busy living life. I do want to check in with myself today because today marks the 1-year anniversary of doing Dr. Peter Smith's Balancing Brain Chemistry program. And I think it's going pretty well. I'm still taking a lot of vitamins. I'm hoping to eventually not have to take as many, but I don't know if and when that's possible. In the last month and a half, I have recently tapered off the trazodone and the zopiclone, still taking 50 milligrams of Seroquel every night and half a Benadryl. And that's the only medication, so that's not bad. That's pretty good harm reduction. And today I'm sitting here and I'm making some fun bracelets. I got this elastic band hair tie material and I'm making these bracelets. So there's rainbow ones and I'm wearing two rainbow ones. And I also got Cosmos material and my favorite and the most rare, Create. So I'm making these as gestures of friendship. And I wear 2 of each. That way, if somebody likes them, I can just give one away. And it's a gesture of friendship for strangers or whoever. And I have recently been spending a lot of money. And I bought a new iPhone. I bought a gimbal, which balances the iPhone, and tons of stuff. But I'm feeling really creative and like there's an opportunity to create something. And at the same time, it's really challenging, but fun. And since I got to California 2 months ago today, a lot of my dreams have come true. So more and more proof to myself that dreams do come true. And I also feel that a lot of what I said before I left, which I don't remember, but if I went back, I probably predicted what would happen, or I at least spoke out loud what I was wishing would happen, and willing possibilities into my life as manifestation through my own words. And that's what I've been doing with myself this whole 2.5 years. And I've kept it as a process for myself because I think this is a way I can rely on myself, and it's a creative process. And also in the process of making more dreams come true. One is to go and see Celine Dion in Vegas. And I went a few years ago, but she canceled her show. So this time it's really going to happen. And I booked a trip to go see Celine Dion on January 4th in Vegas. So I'm going to drive from here in California to Vegas and then also see the Grand Canyon. So that's pretty cool. And I also ordered some oils through doTERRA, however you say it. And I'm curious about using those oils as gestures of healing and self-care in the moment. A lot of what I've designed for myself, the layers of safety, have really helped me to get where I am now. And what I'm finding is, as dreams start to come true, it doesn't necessarily make life easier or a cakewalk. It makes it even more challenging, because what happens is, at least in my experience, as I get stronger and also more able to handle the sensitivity without getting super overloaded, which is not quite true, because I do get super overloaded for sure, but I'm able to mitigate it a lot faster. So something that would derail me for a month before might derail me for 8 hours or even less. And I'm really seeing the factors that can help with that, such as sometimes it's just leaving the situation, coming back, and then the same people can be there, but it's totally different. It's discontinuous. So I've been learning so much over these last 2 months, and I kind of wish I would have talked with myself about some of it along the way, but I really haven't had time, or I haven't made the time, so I haven't made it important. And I'm glad that I took a break, because I think it's just important to live without retrospecting too much about it. And I'm not sure how much I'll talk to myself in the future, but maybe more, because I like to set things up to be unlimited, so I don't think about it. Now that I'm in the States, I switched to an unlimited data plan with AT&T and canceled my Canadian service, because this service also will work in Canada as unlimited data. Hopefully it works out. I haven't tested it out. When I go back to Canada, the service could be crap, and that would kind of suck, but I took a chance on that. And for me, it's just nice to be able to create in an unlimited way and have the technological capacity cohere and correlate with what I feel the capacity of the human brain and body is, which is unlimited. So the things that I set up in manifestation are sort of manifestations of the realization of actual truths of how things are. So it also comes with hotspot, so that's nice. I can share data. And what else? I've also been experimenting with taking some yeast killer, which is called let me see. This one. Oops. This one is lactoflora powder. I took this years ago when I saw a naturopath called Dr. Mattson, and he helped me heal from chronic fatigue. His book is Eating Alive 2, and that really set me on a healing journey. And I feel, even though I don't do his program anymore, it really strengthened my body to the point where I could explore other things. And for me, exploring health is fun. And I've also gotten to the point where sometimes I can just eat whatever I want and not really worry about it. Like today, I went for some reason and got a nice big McDonald's coffee, and it's just what I needed at the moment. And I'm almost done, but Another thing I've been taking is Shilajit. I took this years ago too. A friend of mine said it's actually ancient batshit. I don't know if that's true. I didn't look it up, but apparently it's pretty healthy, ancient batshit. And been looking into other mineral supplements, which one's called Restore, and it's based on ancient earth soil. And then there's another one called Quintessential Restore something or other that's on David Wolf's Longevity Warehouse website. And that one's based on ancient seawater. So those might be interesting to explore as mineral supplementation. I once had a friend say that of all the health research he did, he thinks that minerals are most important. And last year I was on Hardy Nutritional's mineral supplement for 5 months, medication free. So there's something to that, but it didn't work indefinitely, which just shows me that there's more to learn and explore, perhaps not just for the sake of myself and my own journey, but to explore all these different options to one day create something where people, like a resource where people can start to self-direct and explore what it is might bring them health and healing in any given moment. And so something I saw today, which may be relatively true, I don't know if it's permanently true, is a lot of this healthy stuff, I don't know how much I need of it. I could probably just survive on coffee and rice and be pretty happy. So I'm not sure why I'm taking these extra things right now, other than the Peter Smith stuff. I think it's just exploring and maybe also remembering the stuff that I have explored in the past that could be helpful for other people. Because right now it is a mainly Newtonian biological world, and we do still strongly believe in biological stuff. And I could only be talking about myself here. I took biology in university, so maybe that's my own belief that I need to get over, because I am still taking a shit ton of vitamins. And I did speak again with Peter Smith recently because I was having a bit of trouble sleeping and also wanting to ask him about what I can do to make it easier to taper off the trazodone and zopicone. And he gave me some good tips, like have some chicory root coffee, the fake coffee, because it's a prebiotic that feeds the good bacteria in the gut. He also said take some of the sleepy vitamins during the day. So I've been taking sunflower lecithin during the day, and he told me about a new calculation he has for the amount of glycine we should be taking. So I've been taking 20 grams twice a day instead of 60 grams at night. And I think it's been helping, because now after about over a month and a half of really, really high energy, now I am actually feeling tired, which is really nice, so I can sleep better. I have been taking half a dropper of CBD oil every day for the last week. And a friend of mine recommended this oxygen oil that sometimes I sniff up my nose, and it's kind of cool. I like it. So in terms of this whole less biology, more energy thing, on Monday, in 2 days, I have an appointment with an acupuncture doctor. I didn't ask how much it costs, but I think what I'm going to explore with him is, I have this like tension in the left side of my cheek that I feel is there. And when I was young, actually, my face on the left side was kind of paralyzed. When I would smile, just the right side would go up. And now I can smile with my whole mouth and face, but still feels like there's this congealed muscle in there. And I tried to have my Rolfer fix it a few years ago, but didn't get fixed. So I'm gonna see if you can stick a needle in the side of my face and loosen that shit up. And even if it doesn't, to me, it's a gesture of trying to heal the left side of my face, which is actually connected to the right brain. And in terms of how people describe it, that's more the holistic, artistic side. And the thing that I'm vacillating between right now is this whole healing and supplements and biology and health and creativity and flow and really stepping into being oneself, which I don't think I can know. I think it's something that I need to create and step into with every step of my life. And I find lately that I take 2 steps forward and then 1.9999 steps back or something. I really don't know, but I go into this energy of doubt of what it is that I can create, which usually over the summer, at least, I just sort of sat and had coffee and sat in parks and did not much of anything. But here it feels like there's this energy that wants to create something, and one moment it's like, yeah, I can do it, and the next moment it's like, no, I can't do anything. I just want to be, I don't know. So exploring that and seeing, it almost feels like becoming a, quote, rapid cycler, whatever that means. I don't know if that's true, but I'm getting quite comfortable with it. And a friend of mine gave me a word called, capricious. And I've heard this word, but I didn't really know what it meant. I looked it up and it said a rapid change in mood or behavior. And I realized, holy shit, I'm not bipolar, I'm just capricious. And I really change based on the situation and what's happening. And so I'm really, I already kind of sense that gestures and situations and how one's being situated are paramount. And I'm really seeing that I want to experiment with, if I don't like how I'm being situated, just leave. That's another way to do it. And then come back like 10 minutes later, and I don't know. I really don't know. The thing is, there's no pattern, there's no way to know. And that's another thing that came to me, is I don't know if there's really anything that I can learn psychologically. To me, and I've talked with myself at length about this, it's about gestures, it's about movement, it's about action. And anything that tries to get resolved through any kind of mental movement is mental. It doesn't really work. And but at the same time, it's not a problem either. It's just what is at that moment. So yeah, I also, over the 2 months, I have written down quite a few insights that I had. And that's one aspect, but another aspect is that I also have written down a lot of lyrics, and I think I'd like to put exploring gestures and artistry first, rather than going into these sort of mental insights that they might not have any applicability past the moment they occur. And I wrote down and talked about a lot of them over the years. But what's really important is the capacity to have an insight for oneself. And oftentimes when I go into a crisis mode, I really see that I need to create an artist version of myself not as a static thing, but I'm the creator of myself, and I must create myself as I wish myself to be in manifestation. And certain situations might not co-create that. So being sensitive to that, and it's okay, because if one game ends, another starts up again. There's no game over. It's get up and start again from the beginning. Get up and start from scratch. Get up and get back to work. I'm sure there's a lot more that I want to say. I ordered some star essence, something like sprays. One has hummingbird energy infused into it and works on the top of the head. And the other decalcifies the pineal gland. That sounds really cool to me. What I wonder about sometimes is I think I need to be calcified and suppressed and toned down sometimes, because I'm too much for situations, it seems. But I'm really learning how to whatever energy that comes that feels maybe like it's so-called negative or uncomfortable, being with that discomfort. And like the process I did in June, where there was that energy and it was really painful, and I sat with it for several minutes, and then it was a 3-day process to really process that. I feel like now I can do that in an hour or in a day or overnight. And part of what I've seen is that what needs to be learned for me, and what I'm learning, is how to die. And understanding what death is. And now I feel like sometimes I die and I don't even notice it anymore. Whereas before it was like, oh my God, this is scary. I don't like this. This is uncomfortable. Ouch, my body hurts. It feels like it's burning. Ooh. But now it can process and take whatever time it takes. And there's some kind of transmutation in that, possibly. But again, I never speak from the place of continuity, and ultimate answers is me talking with myself, because I feel that one of the most powerful instruments in the known universe is the human voice, especially when it's speaking from its own discoveries, because usually when we speak, we're speaking from what we've been told, from our stored banks of knowledge. So if we say anything that's not from that, it's already true, and it doesn't really matter what it is. And the thing is that once it's gone, it's no longer true, and it's not necessarily relevant. And being okay with whatever arises in the moment as one's truth. And then the next powerful thing, of course, is human gaze, the light coming out of one's eyes, and the energy, the electromagnetism of the heartbeat. So the human body, it's a really powerful crater and magnet. And when it's not acting as a projector of old garbage, it becomes a magnet, and things move towards the magnet. And then it's up to the magnet at this point to be more discerning, because a lot of things will be there. Every situation could turn into a different journey, a totally different path. And that's what happens sometimes for bipolar transconscious people, is everything that presents itself at the moment seems like a good idea, seems like the way to go. And when we go, yes, 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 if we say yes to every moment like that without discerning, we end up going into a world of synchronicity, but that world isn't as material as the one. It moves a lot faster, so we're no longer with as many beings, and then we get pulled back, and the backlash is quite strong. So the way I feel is possible to slow it down is to say, no, not right now. Thank you for that offer, but not right now. Not right now. Because if I said yes to everybody, I could end up on the other side of the world in 5 minutes. Like I could be on a plane somewhere. So yeah, discernment. And it's about, is this part of my dream? Is this my dream? Is this my dream? Is this what I would create for myself? Because everyone wants to live their dreams, and there's definitely a co-creative aspect of that, and finding those who would co-create our dream life and have the skills and resources to be a part of that. But other people would pull them into their dream, whatever that is, whatever need they want to fulfill, and sometimes it's more thought-based than dream-based. And I feel that it really is possible to live our dreams. I really do feel that's possible, and I actually feel that it's absolutely necessary, because when we are being exactly who we are and who we designed ourselves to be, things turn out right. And I'm going to keep going to see if what I say to myself is true, because I say it to myself out loud. I'm listening to myself and what I say and what I decide more than what anyone else says. Because had I done that from the beginning, had I listened to that psychiatrist that said you have bipolar disorder and all the implications of that, which for a lot of people means a 25% suicide rate, or dying 25 years earlier than the average population. And so far, I don't think I'm on that trajectory. And that takes a lot of hard work to kind of overcompensate for the gravity and the weight of that whole paradigm that's contained within so many professional minds and so many trained people trained to entrain us back into their way of seeing the world. And when they do that, then they get they get their education confirmed, and I don't want to do that. It's relatively helpful, but I feel that we can do better for ourselves as a neuro tribe. So that's all for now. I feel like I've been talking for like an hour, but it says 23 minutes. And yeah,